Good morning and happy Thanksgiving week to all of you in the US. And that's currently where I'm living too. So happy Thanksgiving week to all of you. I hope that you have preparations underway. I hope that you get to spend it with family or friends or just people that you care about. And I have a card for you today, and it's Casing Tuesday. So that's the day when we take a card out of the catalog and give it a makeover. So let's take a look at today's card. I love this card, and this bundle, the Stars Are Shining bundle, is retiring soon. And everything right now is while supplies last in the holiday catalog. There's a few things that are carrying over. I encourage you to take a look at the online catalog today because there are some things that are on sale. Not everything is, but once these things run out, they're gone. There's already some things that are gone. Like, we'll talk about that in a second. But let me pull up the sketch real first before I go away on the subject. Oops, here it is. Here is the sketch for this card, and you can make changes to this. This is just a guide with measurements to help you on your way to get started. So take a look at the sample and the layout, and that will help you build a card. And I hope you'll join us over on our Casing Tuesday Facebook group. The link is down below in the description of the video. So please do join us over there and have a look at the cards we're making and join in, make your own card and post it with us. So what I was saying earlier about the sale, last week I did a really cute rocking horse card, and the bundle, unbeknownst to me, sold out right from under me before I had finished my video. And we had no warning because it didn't appear on the low supply list. And so I didn't know it was about to sell out because I design my projects the week of. So I always consult the lists beforehand. So there are things in the holiday catalog that once they're gone, they're gone. So if there's something that you love, that you want, please get it now because it's harder to get it on the secondary market. And I want you to be able to have the stuff that you need for your projects. And maybe it's not a project that you're making this year. Maybe it's a project for next year already because we're already well into November. So just think about what you would still like to get. Have a look at the items that are on sale. When you get to the online store at stampinup.com, you'll be able to see a banner and click on that to see the supplies. Now, I do have a host code, and I'm going to pop this up here. So if you spend $50 and use my host code, you will be getting a gift from me. And I don't know where my little pearls have gone, but they are the little iridescent pearls, and I'm not using them on a project today, but I've been using them a lot this month, and they are great because you can color them with the blends and turn them into whatever color you would like. So definitely, if you're already placing an order, use this host code, spend $50 with me, and get a gift that I will mail off to you in December. All right, I'm going to pop this host code away from now, and we're going to, oh, I haven't shown you my card yet. Let me do that before this is my card right here. It's a very traditional Christmas card, and if you remember, I'm just going to pop the original card on here for a sec. So there's the original card, and you can kind of see the layers I did, right? But I did a little different, and look at this embossing folder. You are going to want this folder. It's this one right here. It's the Christmas Tidings embossing folder, and it's got these cute, oh, I turned the gingerbread man upside down. You can go either way because you've got writing going in both directions, and it's just really cute Christmas greetings. And on the original card, this is why I thought to use this embossing folder. On the original card, you'll see that there were words stamped in that background, and I love that stamp set too, which is also retiring. But I thought, how can I add words to my card a little bit more subtly? And look at that, you can see Christmas in the background. You can see peace up at the top where the star is, which I think is a very appropriate right now. We all hope all of us want peace. I'm sure all of us looking at this video today hope world peace. This is just such an important thing. There's the word fest. There's some Christmas gifts. There's some little trees. It's just really a cute embossing folder. Perfect for jazzing up that white background or whatever color background. You can also color the words if you want. In the embossing folder, there's a lot of different ways, things that you can do with it, but it just adds that little bit of subtle. And this is just a traditional red and green Christmas card, which I love because it's just really fun. So I'm going to show you how to make this. I think that's about it I need to talk about. I'll just say one more thing. I'm using the Merriest Trees bundle. That's what I'm using for the trees. And it comes with dies, lots of dies to cut out those trees and a tag. And the Merriest Trees bundle is carrying over. I haven't confirmed yet whether or not if it's gonna be available after January, but it is coming back, so to speak. We haven't quite figured out. Stampin' Up! Was a little bit more cryptic this time with their wording, so I think we're all still trying to figure out if there'll be a gap, if it will appear in the annual catalog, or whether it will be available online, or whether it will pop back up in the next holiday catalog next year. So not quite sure, but it will be available again, the Merriest Trees. Now I think the Christmas Tidings embossing folder is retiring though, so I would snap this one up now. Oh yeah, it is. And because I saw it this morning, it's on sale. Get this one, it's on sale. Yay, I love a sale. Okay, let me switch cameras. Right here I've got all my little pieces. So let's start off, let's start off by stamping this tree. And I'm using the colors, the greens, right out of the paper pack, which this is the paper pack I'm using. It's Joy of Christmas. It's got your traditional reds and greens and some wood, like some wood look paper that's got some notes on it. Some that's, I think, also just plain blank wood look. So this is just really great paper. I'm going to use Old Olive for my bold snap. I've got these trees mounted on E-blocks. So this set, my Old Olive is got a little bit of tackiness to it. I need to re-ink it, but I didn't want to re-ink it right before I came on here, so that looks good. So when you're, I'm going to be off the edge a bit, but I'm doing a 4-tier tree, and this is the stamp that you use for the 4-tier or the full tree. So it doesn't really matter that I'm off a little bit. Okay, I should have cut myself a slightly bigger piece of paper if I wanted the tree, the full tree. But look, I'm only doing the top 4 tiers of this tree. It should be fine. And then I'm going to add shaded spruce on top, which at first I thought would not look good. I just kind of went with it though, because those were the colors in the paper, and I wanted to kind of, since I was using the red, green, the very colorful paper here, I wanted to take the ones right off of the paper. Okay, so we're good now. Let me move these over to the side a bit. We're good now in terms of the tree, and I've got a piece of cardstock for the embossing. So let's do the die cutting and the embossing next. Okay, this little piece of paper is 3 inches by 4 1/8. Yes, 4 1/8. That's a weird measurement. I know. I don't know why I was thinking 4 1/8. I know why I was thinking. I didn't want to cut off a word. That's what I was thinking. That's why it ended up being 4 1/8. Let me grab the plates that I need. I'm going to need my number 1 base plate, and I'm going to need 2 clear plates. we're gonna do the embossing first. That's that 3 by 4 1/8" piece. I'm gonna grab my paper. I'm going to see where it makes sense to put this paper. Where do I want? I want, got stocking. I want piece up here to fall in, and then this Christmas present is going to get cut off just a little tiny bit. I think that's good. Yep. Okay, I think I've got it positioned where I had it before. You just need to decide what you want to highlight. I like these little trees here. I like the poinsettia. I like that we get a little gifts. I like the piece up at the top. So then I'm just going to put this in here. Put one of my cutting plates down. My embossing folder is going in fold side first. And then I'm going to run this through right now. Okay. So look at this. Doesn't that look lovely? I mean, I really like just plain white cards too. I think it's just so classic and elegant. And it's just so fast to do that, right? Okay, so now we're gonna grab our thin die adapter. So we've got the number 1, the number 2, cutting plate. Put this down, and we're gonna grab the correct tree. So this is the tree that works with all of these dies. So I'm going to grab this one that has the 4 tier on it. There's just so much you can do with these dies too, because you could layer it up and pop the tree pieces up on dimensionals, and it would just look super cool. So I love that we've got so many options with these. Right, so I'm just going to pin this down with a bit of this labeling and cover up tape. You can find a link to that down below past the Stampin' Up! Supplies section if you're interested in finding out more about that. It's like the top of a Post-it note, except it's on a roll. So it's really good for pinning things down while they're going through your machine, because I'm just spinning around my handle to crank this through on the side. And let's just peel that off. And so there's the tree. Oh, I wanted to point out, someone was asking, I did these cute little Christmas tree boxes at one point, and someone was asking, you know, when you make the smaller trees, it's not going to look right because there's not going to be white all the way around. Well, there is white on the bottom when you use the smaller die cuts, and these are the trees that I made with the tree boxes that I made with the same dies. So this card would look really nice matching these tree boxes. I would just stamp them in a color, like this was shaded spruce, and I think I did pretty peacock, those 2 colors. So you just match your card, you know, choose ink that matches your card. This one I did in slightly different colors, but I wanted to remind you of that project because it was super popular when it came out, and now I have all 3 sizes of the trees. Okay, oh, I forgot to do one thing. Shoot, need to bring in the die cutting machine one more time. One more thing. So today on the supply list, I noticed that the gold foil sheet is out of stock right now. It's coming back, but if you want something in the meantime that you can get, this more dazzle paper is lovely. It's so awesome. So I'm not going to do a 2-layer gold foil heart like I did here. I'm just going to use the star, and I'm going to do just the big star, because this has got so many different shiny reflective pieces on it. I don't think it really needs that extra piece. Let me just get that situated. Stay already. Okay, let me pop this on top, and I'm just going to come back in the same direction because it's easier, let's pop this baby out. That's what that little hole is for in the center. And now we have this little star, and it's just so lovely and reflective right there. Okay, now that we've done that, definitely pick up some more Dazzle paper. It's got both gold and silver. So if you prefer silver, there's, I can't remember, there's like 4 sheets of each color, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, there's 8 sheets total, and you can see the silver in there. So you've got both the gold and the silver. It's just lovely. Okay, I think we've got all the pieces for the card, so let's assemble it. This is the card base. I cut a sheet of cardstock in half lengthwise, so this measures 8.5 by 4 1/4. I scored it on my scoring tool at the 5.5 inch mark. You could also fold it in half, or use a scoring blade on your trimmer to score it in half at the 5.5 inch mark. That's the halfway point, and then just use your bone folder to smooth that down. I've got a piece of that pretty red and green paper I showed you earlier called Joy of Christmas. Lots of great patterns in here for your holiday cards, and I cut this to match the card front, so it's 4 1/4 by 5.5, and I'm just going to add some Tombow right on here. We're going to line this up. Oh, I want to show you a little trick. Are you doing a lot of holiday cards with paper on the front that needs to be lined up? Let me just grab. So if you have to line them up, sometimes it's kind of hard to do that. So you can use your card base, put it right in the corner, and then just line up your designer series paper in the corner right alongside your card. And now this is like all lined up and it's all straight. So when I'm doing a lot of cards and I'm going to cover a whole piece, maybe it's, I don't know, sometimes smaller. If it's everything's going into the corner, it's easy to put that on there and just do corners like that. All right. I always like to find little tricks to help me when I'm mass producing cards. Okay, so this is the Real Red and Garden Green combo pack. And this morning I tied my Real Red ribbon happily around here, and guess what? I love this ribbon so much. I am running short of the Real Red, so we're going to be using Garden Green going across here instead. It's a combo pack of the ribbon, so I also thought maybe it would have looked nicer to do a Garden Green card base, but I didn't want to confuse you guys. So if you do Real Red with Real Red, it looks nicer, but if you have like a Garden Green, that might look nicer. You don't see it from the front, so it's not going to affect the front, but this ribbon's going to be a little bit more visible if you don't use a matching card base to your ribbon color, if you want to use up all of the ribbon in the roll. But I love this ribbon. It ties very nicely, so we're just going to kind of estimate how much do we need. We need about this much. My scissors, I put them back. Why did I do that? They were just laying there so nicely. Let's just cut off a length of this ribbon. I think this is about 12 inches. Let's measure it. Oh, it's a little bit more than 12 inches. It's about, let's say it's about 14 inches that you need. So this is really great ribbon for holiday. And as you can see, I have completely run out of the red. Need to order some more. And then I need to more evenly use the two colors, but that's not hard at Christmas. Okay, I've got my locking tweezers. These are part of the Embossing Additions toolkit. Let's just clamp that down. And I want to make sure, yes, this one's gonna go straight up and this one's gonna go straight down. Okay. There we go. All right. So just a slightly different look. We can compare them afterwards. We've made 2 changes. Okay, we'll cut the ends off in a second. So we're going to take this now and we're going to add this onto here. You can back this piece up with another piece of cardstock if you want it to be a little bit more stable. I actually did that with this piece because I used the regular basic white. This time I went right on the thick basic white. I decided to use thick to see what that would look like. Okay, I think that's good. And I popped this tree up with some dimensionals. I did 4, 1 in the center and 1 up top. Peel off the backings. Throw them in the garbage so they don't end up on me later on. And I'm trying to keep the word lights down here visible, so I'm going to place this right here. I also want to have enough room to put my star up top, so just place that down. And then this little guy needs a mini dimensional. The other dimensionals are a little too big. You could also cut one of the bigger dimensionals in half. Okay. We're going to add the star, different looking star up top here. Still pretty though. Okay, so now I've got these festive pearls, and on this one I put a gold one right in the center. I don't know if it needs it on this one though, so let's just go ahead and add some pearls to the tree. I don't know why I grabbed middle pearls from that one, because that just, I don't know. I'm going to add, there we go. Ah, that looks so good. All right, now I just need to play with this bit. We're going to cut this a little bit. A little bit like that. I think that looks good. All right, let's spot the differences real quick right here. So the green ribbon on here really blends a lot more with this particular paper. It's still there, but it's a much subtler look. The red, I think, pops a little bit better. The stars, both of them are cute. They're just a little different, right? So you've got the star, I used the two pieces to create that one star on the right, and then the other one is just the one star out of the more dazzle paper. This one I use gold foil sheet, which if you need to get some right now is currently unavailable. So I would go with a more dazzle look. But I love this embossing folder in the background. It just adds a nice level of detail. When you see the cards in person, it's like so much texture and it's lovely. You know what I might do on this one, if I was using the green ribbon, I might go with like all red pearls or pop a little bit more red on here because it's very green heavy on this particular one. But they're both still pretty. There's nothing wrong with the ribbon kind of disappearing in the background for kind of a more subtler look. I do that a lot because to me ribbon generally is not the focal point of the card. I want it to be there. I want it to enhance the card, but I don't want it to overwhelm the card or take the thunder away from what should be the focal point, which is the Christmas tree. So I hope you liked that. let me, I've got sunshine coming in, and I read that some of you have rain today. That rain is going to arrive tomorrow for me, but tomorrow all I really have to do is I have to go and pick up a Thanksgiving dinner. It's kind of like a birthday present to myself because my birthday always falls around Thanksgiving, and I don't want to have to cook Thanksgiving dinner on my birthday. It's not right on Thanksgiving, but it's around Thanksgiving, so it makes it like that have a lot of like work to do. So yeah, Whole Foods is cooking our Thanksgiving dinner for us because it's just my husband and I this year, and I just want to, make it easy. Some of you may know that our family is in Canada, and Canadian Thanksgiving was celebrated in October. So it always makes for a very awkward Thanksgiving for us because most of the people we would celebrate with don't have time off during our American Thanksgiving and vice versa. So, I have to tell you this. My mom had this beautiful leaf-covered tablecloth. And when I saw it, my sister and I have been going through her things. And when I saw that tablecloth, I'm like, I want that tablecloth. And my sister didn't want it. She had no use for it whatsoever. But I was just thinking, Thanksgiving's coming up. And so I grabbed the tablecloth and I brought it home. And right now it is sitting on my dining room table. I have no leaves in my table right now, like the extra leaves to make the table longer. And it fits the table perfectly, like it was meant to be. So I just really, really like that thought for Thanksgiving. So we will be eating Thanksgiving dinner cooked by Whole Foods on my table with my mom's tablecloth. So that really, really, really makes me happy. Yeah, I have to say, and some of you might agree with me, even when your Thanksgiving dinner is pre-made for you, you still have to heat the Thanksgiving dinner up. You're still in the kitchen for a while, like heating things up, putting things in the oven or in the microwave. So I still feel like even I'm cooking, even if I'm like not actually cooking everything. And I do love to cook. I just think Thanksgiving is like one of those holidays that is just, there's so many side dishes and stuff. It just takes so long to make the dinner. I do not want to do that on my birthday. So there's that. All right, that's a very long story for the end of my video. Let's chat with all of you. And just remember, go have a look at that retired sale. Use my the last chance sale. We used to call it retirement. Now it's last chance. And you know what? They shouldn't call it retirement because retirement means that you're still going to keep on going for a while, right? So last chance is better. And that's my host code right there. I'll pop it up. If you spend $50 or more, you'll get a package of the iridescent pearls sent to you in December as my gift to you. All right, let's say hello to everyone who joined me. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are missing today because A, I'm late. B, it's Thanksgiving week, so it's a crazy week. Let's just say hello to Nancy from Georgia, and hello to Janine from Soggy, Indiana. I'm sorry it's raining, but I'm sure that rain is coming here tonight. I saw it on the weather forecast. Luckily, the Whole Foods is like 5 minutes from my house. So even if really bad weather happens, I will just send my husband out to go collect the Whole Foods Thanksgiving dinner. That's my plan. Hello, Marty from rainy, gray, and chilly Pittsburgh today. Ooh, it was cold here this morning, but we've still got sunshine. So I'm going to enjoy every minute of it because tomorrow the rain will be here. Hi, Mary, and she says, good morning, love. Aw, thank you, Mary. Hello, Dee. Good morning, Dee. I saw the pictures of I guess you celebrated Thanksgiving on the weekend. It looked fabulous. I saw all your family. It's just amazing. Marty says she loves the embossing, and so does Mary. Mary and Marty both love the embossing. It's just such a nice embossing folder that I think was overlooked in the catalog. I know I haven't used it yet. This is the first time I used it, and I was like, yay, I'm so glad that I saw it, and I was able to use it before it retired, and it's on sale, so it's a good time to get it. Dee says it's good to know that the embossing works well, either regular or thick cardstock. Yes, this particular one does well. I don't know if there's any that don't, but this one just works fabulous. Marty says, such a beautiful cards. Marty says, you always do Canadian Thanksgiving, though. Actually, you know what? I don't typically do Canadian Thanksgiving. I talk about Canadian Thanksgiving, but I don't do Canadian Thanksgiving. And the main reason why is just like with American Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving falls on the Monday, right? It's usually, I think it's now called Indigenous Peoples Day. And we don't always take it off work. And so it's just kind of weird celebrating a holiday that no one around you is celebrating. And so and also in the grocery stores, there's no emphasis on it at that time of year. So it's just not the right time to celebrate Thanksgiving. So while I think about Canadian Thanksgiving, I don't actually celebrate Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving, but I know my extended family in Canada does. So, all right, Marty says, I think she said that's so wonderful about my tablecloth that I was talking about earlier. And Dee says, very pretty card. Marty says, we're doing 2 Thanksgivings. Thursday is our vegan Thanksgiving. Her son is vegan, and Friday's my daughter's making real Thanksgiving. Oh, I love that. And you can make a vegan Thanksgiving. It's just a little bit different, and that's okay. Marty says, I thought you did celebrate Canadian Thanksgiving. Still, I love the Whole Foods Thanksgiving dinner idea. It just makes it easier for me. I don't want to spend my birthday making all the side dishes and stuff like that. It's just a lot for 2 people. To me, when you spend all that effort and time making Thanksgiving dinner, you better get some compliments for all the work you put in. And there's just not enough compliments coming from my husband. He couldn't possibly make up for a whole room full of people because we don't have our family here. So it just wouldn't be enough to make the energy worthwhile, right? So if I love Thanksgiving dinner, but I don't love it enough to make it a priority. I guess that's kind of the sad thing. I love to eat it. I just don't love to make it for 2 people. So there's that. Marty says, is my birthday on Thanksgiving this year? No, actually it's tomorrow. So it's the day before Thanksgiving. So sometimes it does fall on Thanksgiving. And my sister also has a birthday, and we straddle Thanksgiving this year. So, but sometimes her birthday will fall on American Thanksgiving, which it doesn't matter because she lives in Canada. But when we moved to the US, all of a sudden, my birthday became like this kind of non-entity because of the fact that it fell sometimes on Thanksgiving. And so for me personally, I don't need a big deal on my birthday. All I really want is not to have to cook Thanksgiving dinner on my birthday. So that's the big deal. So that's what it's all about. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed my very traditional Christmas card. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you get to spend it with your friends and family. And I will see you guys all next week. Take care. Bye-bye.